Hello children, how are you all? Here we are again with our new chapter, chapter 6, integers. Okay, now what is integers? Before understanding that what is integers, we just revise a set of the numbers which we already know, which we already have learned. So today we are going to start chapter 6, integers. Okay, as I have said before we start that, before we understand what is integers, let us revise old set of the numbers which we have already learned. Okay, the first set of the number when you have learned, it is natural numbers, and you have learned natural numbers as counting numbers also. Okay, so this natural numbers, now let us revise what is natural numbers, and then gradually we'll move to our main topic, integers. Okay, integers is nothing else, it is a set of the numbers only. Okay, so as you learn, as you add new numbers to the old set of the numbers, every time it carries a new name. Okay, so as you have accepted natural numbers, what is natural number? You have understood as counting numbers also. The same way, integers is also nothing else, a set of the numbers. Okay, so let's understand first, let's revise natural numbers. So natural numbers, you all know we call it counting numbers. So it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So as we all know, numbers are unlimited, infinite. So you can continue as many as numbers you want. Okay, so natural numbers are starting with 1, they are called counting numbers. Now you have already studied another set of the number which is called whole numbers. Now when we talk about whole numbers, there is not a much difference between the natural numbers and the whole numbers. Okay, in whole numbers we have just added a 0 to the natural numbers. So as I have said, when you keeps on adding new numbers to the old set of the number, every time it carries a new name. Okay, every time we call it a new set of the numbers. So the same way, when you have added 0 to the natural number, it has become a new set of the number called whole numbers. Okay, so whole numbers carry 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. As we all know, numbers are infinite, they are unlimited, and it applies to all the numbers that they are infinite. Okay, so natural numbers are counting numbers, whole numbers, a natural number with the 0 is called whole numbers. So you can say all the natural numbers are there in the whole numbers. Okay, so every time the set of the number is becoming big and big, the expansion of the number. Okay, so the old numbers are as it is, you are simply adding new numbers, and its area becomes wider with the numbers. You will learn so many new numbers with the old numbers every time and step by step. So the same way we have to learn integers. As I have said, integers are nothing else, it is numbers only. Okay, so now before we understand what is integers, we start with the basic, you can say the basic things which you already know. Okay, if we take anything, suppose you take any word, suppose tall. Okay, so if I take tall, its opposite is there, which is short. Same way, if you observe many things, say east, its opposite is west. If you say north, its opposite is south. If you say up, its opposite is down. So the same way the numbers are also having its opposites. Okay, now how to show this opposite? So how to understand these opposites, how to show these opposites when we are considering numbers. Till now we have learned number, suppose 1, so you know only 1. If I ask you what is the opposite of 1, then you will say, oh madam, what is the opposite of 1? Okay, so we don't know the opposite of 1, we don't know the opposite of 2, we don't know the opposite of 3. So as each and everything is having its opposite, numbers are also having its opposite. Only 0 is the number which does not have its opposite. Okay, other than all the numbers are having its opposite. Now, how to show this opposite numbers? How to understand this opposite numbers? Okay, so this understanding opposite numbers, it is the only this chapter in teachers teaches us. And when you learn opposite numbers, you have to apply operations like addition, subtraction, and how it is very unique way you can do it, and all the things we are going to learn in this chapter in teachers. So before we move further, let's understand how this opposite numbers works and how it happens. So let's understand it by a simple number line, and then we'll understand what is this opposite numbers. Okay, the last set of the number you have learned is whole numbers, right? So let us start understanding with the whole numbers. Okay, so first of all, what I have to do is I have to put 0 exactly in the middle. As I have said, the 0 is the only number which does not have its opposite. Okay, now let's understand the opposite. Okay, so as much as we know, we put up on the number line, and with the help of it, we'll understand its opposite numbers and how to present this opposite numbers, how to show this and how to differentiate these numbers. Okay, now you all know this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As we all know, the numbers are unlimited. If I want to show more numbers, I can yet show more numbers. But here is a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these numbers you are very well familiar. This all are called whole numbers. Now you have to see this number, and now you have to remember these numbers with the new name. See, as you have first learned natural numbers, when you have added 0 to it, you have given a new name and you have called it whole numbers. The same way, now today again you are adding new numbers to the whole number set. So it will be getting a new name called integers. So now when you are learning a new set of the numbers integers, then you have to call these numbers with the new name also. Okay, so now if you observe, when I have written the numbers, I was writing to the right side. Yes, 1, 2. I was moving to the right side. Now, if I want its opposite, then which is the opposite of right side? So, the opposite of the right side is left side. It means what? If I want opposite of 1, I have to show it on the opposite side. If 1 is on the right side means your right hand. Okay, if 1 is on the right side means its opposite is on the left side. Okay, so here is a 1. Okay, now you will tell me, madam, if I write it left or right, it seems same only. Then how to differentiate it? So here what will we do is, we'll be giving it a sign. A sign a minus sign. Okay, a minus sign. So here this minus sign presents that this is negative number. Okay, if it becomes a negative number, what is the opposite of negative? So opposite of negative is positive. So if I put a minus sign and it becomes the opposite of 1. Now a number with the minus sign, if I call it a negative number, then what I call this? I'll call it a positive number. Okay, just now for your understanding, I'm just putting a plus sign. Actually, we don't have to show this plus sign. For positive numbers, we don't show any sign. Just to make you understand negative and positive, for a while I have put a plus sign. Otherwise, always remember, positive numbers we don't show plus sign. But yes, negative numbers we don't show without sign. Okay, so negative numbers means negative sign. Negative sign means this minus sign is always there with the number. So here you can understand this number is having its own sign, that is a minus sign, and with minus sign a number is becoming negative number, and as you start adding the negative numbers we start calling it integers. So you can call it negative integers, here you can call it positive integers. As I have said, for positive we don't show a sign. Yes, in the starting, for your understanding, we might show somewhere a positive sign just for the understanding. Otherwise, we never show positive integers with the plus sign. Okay, so now we have found the opposite of 1, that is negative 1. Okay, as I have said that 0 is neither negative nor positive. Okay, it is called integers, but you cannot call it positive integer or you cannot call it negative integer. Okay, so 0 is 0 only. As we have found, okay, 1 opposite is minus 1. So now we'll move to the next, that is 2. So where will we write? See, for 2 you are moving to the right side. So here we are moving to the left side. Okay, so this is minus 2. Okay, then minus 3, minus 4, then minus 5, minus 6. So you can see for each and every number you have got its negative number, and you can easily understand all the negative integers I have shown with the minus sign. So as you see the minus sign, it is called a negative integer. Okay, so now we have understood that when you add, okay, let's start with the natural numbers. Okay, natural numbers starting with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and okay, so we call it counting numbers, natural numbers. As you have added 0 to that number, it has become whole numbers. Okay, it has become whole numbers. Now, after learning the whole numbers, we'll move to the new set of the numbers. So what addition you have done? See, if you see, these are only natural numbers. When you have added 0, it has become whole numbers. Okay, and when you have added negative integers, negative numbers, then this set of the number has called, we call it integers. So what is integers? What integer is a combination of 0, positive numbers and a negative number. It is the full set of the number. these integers are not fractions. These integers are not decimals. Okay, they are just opposite of the numbers, which numbers you are already knowing. And opposite means we have to somehow identify the opposites. So this we call positive integers and this we call negative integers. Okay, now in our day-to-day life, in our regular life, we come across many situations where directly, indirectly we are observing this integers, we are come across this integers, but till now you are not aware what is integers, so you might not be paying much attention to it. For example, you are going to the shop to buy a pen. Okay, now you like the pen which is costing you 15 rupees. Okay, now in your pocket you are just having 12 rupees. Okay, you like the pen of 15 rupees, but you have only rupees 12. Okay, rupees 12. So what will happen? Okay, what will happen is the shopkeeper will keep your 3 rupees as your debt. Now when you are talking about your debit or debt means what? How he will show in his account or in his record? If he'll just show as rupees 3, then how he will understand that these 3 rupees he has to take from you or you have to give him? So here this integers help us a lot. So here he can show this rupee 3 in your debit. Okay, in your debit or in your debit means he will understand that this 3 rupees you have to give him. Okay, in other words, he will show it like rupees 3 under the column of debit, so that he will understand. So, but how will you understand? Okay, so here this integers can help us. Here you can show this. Okay, what is the opposite of debit? So opposite of debit is credit. Okay, these words are many you might not be aware, you might be aware. They are very much into their in the use of the bank transactions, debit, credit. Okay, so debit opposite is credit, and credit always shows in the form of addition and debit shows in the form of the withdrawal, or you can say the subtraction. So here if I say credit, I show this credit as my positive numbers, and my debit I show as negative numbers, because this debit is, it's a debt on me. I have to pay for it. It is not, so the same way debit credit is very much connected with the profit and loss. This profit and loss we are very much aware. Okay, so profit we all know, that is the addition into our this account or the money, that whatever way you understand. And the same way loss means you have to you have to pay, or it is somehow you are losing something. So here always remember, the something which is you are losing, or something which is going down, it always we show as a negative integers, and something which you are getting or you are adding, that we show as in the form of positive integers. So here if I, okay, before we integers. When you are comparing two integers, you have to think opposite. Okay, so here if we see successor or predecessor, always remember if you are moving to the right side, you will get the successor. If you are moving to the left side, you will get the predecessor. Always remember, to the right side, you will get the successor, and to the left side, you will get the predecessor. Okay, so who is deciding right and left? 0 is deciding right and left. Okay, so 0 if you are moving to the right side. Okay, so you are getting successor. If you are moving to the left side, you are getting predecessor. Okay, so now it's applicable to all the numbers. Okay, now if I ask you the number 10. Okay, what is the successor of number 10? See, this is a normal number 10. This is not negative integer. This is just a number, a positive integer. So what will be the next to 10? Predecessor, or you can successor. What is the successor of 10? What is next? What is on the right side of the 10? Okay, if you want a successor, you have to do +1. If you want a predecessor, you will have to do -1. That you have learned, but that was for the whole numbers. Now here you have to think according to the side. You are going to the left side, you are going to the right side. Okay, if you are moving to the right side, you will get the successor. If you will move to the left side, you will get the predecessor. Okay, so now we know that the 10th successor is 11. Now let's take the new number, that is -5. Okay, as you see -5, immediately the thing comes in your mind is -6. Okay, because 5's opposite is 6. So the same way -5's opposite is -6. If you're thinking like this way, then it is wrong. Always remember, the negative integers are opposite of positive integers. And if they are opposite, then in each and every matter, in each and everything, they will perform, opposite way from the positive integers. So in positive integers, 5 successor is 6. So do you think for -5 it will be the same? No. Second thing, when you are moving to the right side, you will get the successor. If you are moving to the left side, you will get the predecessor. Okay, so if you observe -5 on the number line, what is on the right side? Is -6 is on the right side. And as I have said, if you want to see the right and the left, you have to see your right and your left. So just put your hand like this way. Now see, this is your right hand, this is your left hand. So as I have said, when you move towards the right side, the number is becoming bigger. If you move to the left side, the number is becoming smaller. Okay, so if I say 4 is on the right side and 6 is on the left side, so if 4 is on the right side, means the successor is -4. Okay, let's take one more example. -3. What is the successor of -3? So see the 3. If you want a successor, you have to see on the right side. Successor means the number is bigger than the given number. Okay, and bigger number is always on the right side and smaller number is always on the left side. So if I want a successor, I seems bigger, it has the lesser value, and numbers which is smaller, it has the greater value. In other words, you can understand in negative integers, I am just talking about negative integers because positive integers you are very well aware which is greater, which is smaller. These integers, these numbers are new for you, so you have to focus more on it, you have to understand it, and as quickly as possible you will accept the things, it will become very easy. Okay, so as I was saying that if you see the negative integers which are closer to 0 are the greater. As it is going far from the 0, its value is going down. Okay, its value is decreasing. Second thing, the most important thing is you just have to remember the sides. If it is on the right side, it is greater. If it is on the left side, it is smaller. Okay, now let's see the predecessors. Suppose I take a number 9. So number 9's predecessor. This is very easy because it is positive integer. You all know very well what is the predecessor of number 9. The predecessor of number 9 is 8. Okay, now we'll see the predecessor of 0. Okay, till now we were learning that 0 doesn't have a predecessor, but that was a whole number. Now we have learned this, and here 0 is having a predecessor. As I have said, if you move to the left side, you will get the predecessor. So if I want the predecessor of 0, I have to look at the left side, and the 0 is having -1 at the left side. So the predecessor of 0 is -1. So predecessor of 0 is -1. Okay, now let's take a number -4. So what is the predecessor of -4? You have to see on the left side. So -4's left side -5 is there. So the number which is on the left side, it has the lesser value. Okay, so predecessor of -4 is -5. So this is all about integers, how you have to see its value, okay, how they are opposite and how you can understand it with the number line. Ahead also we will learn how to work more with the integers. Today this much. Thank you. We'll meet again with the new video. Okay, thank you.